Your world with 2020 vision tonight. And now, Tristan McCright.
Tonight on 2020, we will be talking about the use of neural stem cells in the treatment of nerve damage. Billy was an above-average boy. He was an honor student, a great athlete, and very involved in his community. He was a competitive gymnast and already on his way to competing in college. On December 5th, 2009, Bill was driving to school when his car was hit by a semi-truck. Billy suffered nerve damage to his spinal cord and was paralyzed from the neck down. Like Billy, there are about 243,000 people in the United States who suffer from life-changing spinal cord injury, and approximately 12,500 cases of spinal cord injury occur every year.
When talking about spinal cord injury, tetraplegia is a term used to describe an injury to the neck area. A person who has tetraplegia will lose sensation and movement in all limbs. Paraplegia is a term used to describe injuries occurring in the other parts of the spinal cord. With paraplegia, the movements and sensation can be impaired from the middle of the chest to the lower extremities depending on the injury. In nearly half of all spinal cord injuries, the damage is so extensive that all sensation and movement is completely lost below the site of injury. After a complete spinal cord injury, little recovery of function occurs, and often any function that is still not there after 1 or 2 years after the injury is permanent for life.
The human nervous system is a complex organ that conducts electrical signals throughout the body. The functions of this system are carried out by neurons, which conduct electrical signals, oligodendrocytes, which insulate neurons, and astrocytes, which protect against infection. The nervous system has very little capacity for regeneration, leading to permanent disability in many patients. That's why the discovery of neural stem cells is so exciting. These cells are able to generate all 3 nervous system cell types. By studying neural stem cells in a lab, researchers hope one day to create an effective treatment to regenerate damaged nervous tissue.
We spoke to senior author John Hard, a professor of orthopedic surgery, on the difficulties of treating damaged nerve cells.
To date, treatments for damage to nerves have not been successful, often leaving patients with impaired muscle control and sensation, pain, and decreased function.
But the discovery of neural stem cells may just be the solution to spinal cord injuries and other injuries involving nerve damage.
Neural stem cells are multipotent adult stem cells present in the adult central nervous system that can self-renew and give rise to new neurons and supporting cells called glial cells. Activation of neural stem cells or their transplantation into areas of central nervous system injury can lead to regeneration in animal models. Dealing with spinal cord injuries, there are 3 main obstacles: loss of neurons, impenetrable glial scar.
Formation of glial scar happens after injury to the spinal cord and is the body's way to protect and begin healing the nervous system.
And loss of key insulating cells known as
Oligodendrocytes.
stem cells already found in certain animals are able to overcome these problems through repair and regeneration. However, in mammals, including humans and mice, the existing stem cells remain inactive after injury. Researchers have found that when injecting new stem cells into the injured spinal cord, paralyzed mice are able to walk again. It's also been found that it is possible to activate the dormant cells that already exist in your spinal cord to stimulate natural repair. Research has been done showing small biodegradable beads that release a factor to activate stem cells. These bioengineered beads start up repair and regeneration, therefore reversing paralysis. It is hoped that they can very soon be used in people.
As being used to treat spinal cord injuries, neural stem cells have potential in helping with brain damage caused by stroke, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and many others. Malfunction/diseases of the nervous system.
It has always been thought that once a central nervous system was fully developed, the neurons were incapable of dividing and making new neurons. Because of this, the nervous system was incapable of repairing damaged tissue caused by diseases like Parkinson's disease and multiple sclerosis, or injuries, spinal cord, or nerve damage. Now, scientists have found that multipotent neural stem cells do exist, but only in specialized microenvironments. In an experiment done at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, researchers found that stem cells derived from human muscle tissue were able to repair nerve damage and restore function to a lab mouse with a nerve injury. These findings suggest that cell therapy of certain nerve diseases, such as multiple sclerosis, might one day be possible.
Some researchers are looking into substances that could activate dormant neural stem cells in areas where neurons are damaged. Other scientists are trying to find a way to transplant neural stem cells and then get them to move through the damaged area. Still, others are attempting to take stem cells from other sources, such as embryos, and trying to get these cells to develop into neurons or glial cells. The treatment of nerve damage will not be only smooth sailing from here. The most controversial of all these methods is creating stem cells from human embryos. In order to obtain embryonic stem cells, human embryos must be destroyed during this process. This process is legal and has been done before, but many people are opposed to the destruction of embryos. Scientists have also been able to reprogram adult somatic body cells to create induced pluripotent stem cells. This also created a bit of controversy because induced pluripotent stem cells have the potential to introduce harmful viruses in the body that can lead to cancer in patients.
First, transplanting neural stem cells from a donor can cause the immune system to reject the cell.
Second, pluripotent stem cells have the potential to generate tumors. To overcome this limitation, research has been done about neurons being developed from
Fibroblasts.
a cell in connective tissues that produce collagen and other fibers by transferation, rare and natural transformation of cells other than stem cells into a different cell type, without passing through the pluripotent state. This could be an effective procedure for avoiding the chance of tumors in the cellular transplant therapy.
Third, the transplantation procedure could damage the nervous system. The nervous system is very interconnected and complex. During the transplantation, there's a possibility of neurological function being negatively affected.
To conclude this episode of 2020, the technology being used to develop neural stem cells is still being developed, but maybe sometime in the future it will be used to prevent spinal cord injuries and other diseases.
Thanks for watching this episode of 2020. See you next week.